Here's a good example of what geology would call cross bedding, and that is not what this is. This is actually tissue. You see how this comes up here like this comes across, this comes up and joins right here. Okay, and then they come out here and run like that. There's some more down here that shows it pretty good. But this is the way tissue fibers and stuff run. You can see this up in here. You can see how it's really fine. This runs up into there. This comes across here. Here's a really good example. See how it looks like, it almost looks like muscle fiber, but most all the tissues run like this, and they're looks like a paintbrush is, you know, ran them together. You got this line coming across here, you got this coming up and intersecting into it. You know, you got this one coming over and stop, and you got this one going across the top of that. But this is the way tissues formed in your body. You can look it up. It's real simple to see. It's not complicated at all. But this is not sedimentary deposits, especially not all in one spot out of Coos Bay, Oregon, and nowhere else. Tell me how that works. Why is there no sedimentary deposit? Why up there at the membrane is there just the membrane and none of this? None of this. If it's sedimentary deposits, there's plenty of sediment there to deposit. Why is it not deposited there? Ask yourself that. Why is it all just right here at Cape Arago? Because you're on a certain part of the creature up higher. Those other places, I'm down deeper in them. That's why you're finding all this tissue. See how the center is on that one there, that interstitium ball? Okay, I'm gonna get my camera out and we're gonna take a look at that. I just walked across all that interstitium, and that it looks like this might have broke off that shelf that used to be part of it here, and it's busted off. It's sloughed down to the next down there. So it looks like when you're standing here. So we're gonna get the other camera out. I'm trying not to fall off this ledge. This stuff is just sitting here, man. All this. That's how it gets down here. It falls off of there. And I'm down here. Oh yeah, there's a lot of the balls in there. All right, we'll get out the camera with a zoom on it. Okay, I used the other camera, and all the balls, those called the interstitium balls, are showing there. Here, they're still underneath the fabric. And I got the camera out and I showed you that. I want to get this on GoPro too. That is what's going on. Those blueberries or the interstitium are still underneath the fabric. In fact, there's part of the fabric right there. There's like 1, 2. Well, anyway, that's fabric right there. And then you can see that's the next layer down of the fabric, and the interstitium balls are still in the fabric. They're not eroded and sticking out like they are over there. So we do get to see what they look like while they're still in the fabric. It's a, you know, that's the next layer up or two, whatever, from the fabric, and you see how it's just smooth across. You would never even know if it was covered up. All the fabric was covered with that right now. You'd never see the interstitium balls because that'd be on top. We're just down lower in the fabric itself to see the interstitium balls, and if that was gone, then you'd see the balls exposed themselves like you do over there. All right, hope that explains it, because I just confused the heck out of myself. No, man, it got foggy. Holy cow. Holy cow. Okay, must be Hindu. Sorry. Out here by myself, you talk a lot to yourself. Well, not really, I guess. So if I never go home, you say, he disappeared into the fog. That's the last we seen of him. He was walking off into the fog. There's more of the interstitium balls right below me. The fabric's all gone. There's only like a handful of them though. There's some more in there. But that's what that is. That's that fabric they're in. Yeah, I love it. Of course, here's those ones I walked across earlier. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go try to get someplace else here. Okay, I got the other camera off. It's probably an 80-foot drop straight vertical down to there. It looks like that's, I'm not sure how this is laying here, but look at all this. The matting is still here, and all these interstitium balls. See all those round balls? Okay. See all them? They're still in the fabric. The fabric is really decayed. But those are like those Mars blueberries. that they're talking about, you see all the time. Same thing here on Earth, okay? See all those balls? Look at them, there's hundreds of them. Down there. Now, looks to me like I've still got some that's in the fabric that are not. See that? Those swirly lines, all those lines, see that? That's a fabric of some kind that's been worn down. I believe the interstitium balls might still be in that, underneath those, of that. Because I can see there's like humps of round balls in there, but they're covered with this matting. I'll try to go over and get on top, more direct down on top of that. But I think that's what might be going on. The fabric is not decayed totally enough to bear the balls to show us, but you can see the fabric in there. Okay, I'm going to step over here and look more down straight onto that. Yeah, working my way that way. And this is what it looks like if I just turn around behind me here. Stitching balls. We'll get up on top of here and look down on that. Boy, it's really. Hopefully the stabilizer's working on this thing. Here's that one patch of fabric I walked. All the balls are gone off of here, it looks like. This part. Okay. Yeah, it looks to me, yeah, I can see balls poking through. That's what it is. That's still got the fabric on it. Some of the fabric is not totally gone yet, and the balls are underneath that. That's why you see it humped up and looking so much weirder than that I just showed you over there. See those tube looking things? The straps and the balls, I believe, are underneath that. I could be wrong. I see lots of, looks like it is to me. Totally different from when I just brought you back down there where they're exposed. But I believe that might be what we have. This is not totally exposed yet, not eaten away. We'll walk over here and look at this other piece. Boy, it's kind of a steep angle here. Yeah, see there was other interstitium balls right over there I walked on just a little bit ago. Yeah, I believe that's what's going on. That's that fabric. In fact, hey, whoa, look at that. There's the layers of it, different layers of it right there. It's not eaten away. See those layers right there? That'd be the fabric over the balls. I can see some of the balls poking out in the ends right there, so that is what it is. There's a ball, where'd I see one? It's hard to see in this thing. There's the end of a ball right there. So that is what it is. Whoopsie. And you got those up there. They've been eaten away. Laying there. It's really foggy. That's why it looks blurry. Because we got a ton of fog. You can't hardly see the ocean. I'm down here waiting for the tide to go out. But anyway, that's the interstitium fabric. And you can see there's part of it left. It hasn't been all eroded yet. Down there it is, where the balls are sticking out. Here the balls are still under the fabric, so to speak. Okay? In fact, you can see that is what that is. That's the fabric. They're still in the fabric. All right. Oh, Lordy. Let me get my GoPro out too. Ah! Foggy. Okay, so coming up out of here. These are interstitium balls, I believe. See, they usually just have a round center in them, where a tendon balls is constructed totally different on the inside. I've noticed the ones I have down here, any ones I'm finding. But look at the size of those. Here's an interstitium ball. See if I can find some more in here. There's one with a center in it. That's what the centers look like. I find them more like that one right there. They got a center like that, okay? That's an interstitium ball. That's what the centers usually look like. They got a round center in them, okay? Usually I find them flush. I don't find one coned out like that, but they got a center in them like that with that rind around it. That's what the interstitium balls usually have in them. Make sure you get a good pitch shot of it there. That's what these interstitium balls look like on the inside normally. Hate to have them fall on me. Yeah, see? They start getting like this. They got this, and they got a center, usually a little lighter spot or whatever, like I showed you on that one back there. Oh, here we go. Right here. These show them good. Interstitium, this is what the centers look like. They look different than they do when I find a tendon ball. These are good examples of what the interstitium looks like on the inside. Okay. Of course, then we got, it's not a membrane, but that's definitely a different layer of tissue than what we got going on here up there.